Okay, just down in the mines under the city getting a little bit of work. Oh no, that can't possibly be. Oh no, cave spider spawner. I don't like spiders. Oh, yeah, I think I probably should just. What was. Oh no, they're starting to, multiply. Oh, yeah, I think it's gonna be best if I just. Oh, they're everywhere. Oh, they just keep multiplying. Oh, I hate spiders. Guess what they say is true. The only good spider is a dead spider. I guess I know what we're going to be doing today. Hello, my fellow noobsters. It's me, Texas PK, and today we are coming into the mines that were underneath my city. Didn't realize it, but I have a spider spawner here right underneath the main square of our city. And so, since I was just trying to figure out what to do, I thought, hey, why not get a little bit of XP, some spider eyes, some string, and make a cave spider spawner farm. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to build this up. We're also going to make it look kind of nice. I'm kind of excited to use the tinted glass where we can have windows looking in to where it'll be easy to see without affecting the rates. I also, if you notice, I put a little redstone lamp that I'm going to be using to turn on and off our spider farm. The mechanics now have it to where you have to have light level 0 in your farm in order for them to work. So this is a perfect way to just make it impossible for anything to spawn. But let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you how we're going to lay this out, the mechanics behind it, and just some different ways I've thought of decorating to make it look really cool. So let's get started. Now, if you've never played Bedrock before, the spawning radius around a spawner is a diamond shape. It goes the taxi cab path from the spawner out 4 in each of the directions. That means it comes out 4 to the north, the south, the east, and the west, but then stair steps out from one corner to the next, kind of making a diamond shape around our spawner. And then to ensure that we have maximum rates on this, we're going to go 6 blocks below before we start placing water streams to funnel all our spiders into a central chamber. That way, as soon as they spawn, they fall out of range of the spawner and increase our chances of creating new spider spawns for our farm. When we go down in here, we'll also have water streams from each side, pushing everything in towards the center. Down here is going to be our kill chamber. We're going to be using a trident with impaling 5 on it to increase our speed of our kill rate, and then have a nice little collection area right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up the walls, put in the water streams, and then put in our trident killer right here. So let's get to it. Okay, so I have the main part of the spawning chamber done. I went with the deep slate tile, as you can see. I just think that looks really good. Now I want to create an infinite water supply so I can fill in all the water streams. There's some very specific places we need to put them in order for them to work. So I'm going to temporarily close the killing chamber entryway there, and I'm just going to go ahead and put a little box here for the water so I can use 2 buckets to make an infinite number of buckets. Let's see, if we put one here in this corner and one in this corner, we now can put as much water as we want. So what we need to do is put one in each corner, like this and like this, and then one over here, and then one over here. But now you'll notice the water kind of goes backwards a little bit, so what we need to do is go right here. As you can see, I took out an extra block right there. If we put that there, now all the water is going to be moving forward to where nothing will get caught in our water streams. If we come here, do that as well. And then put one over here. I think that is all of them. So now no matter where they go, they will end up being pushed into the kill chamber. Let me go ahead and get rid of this water. And I'm also going to remove these. I use them just as temporary counting blocks to make sure I was deep enough down. Because you have to be 6 below the spawner in order to make sure that the spiders are low enough to make sure they don't hinder any new spawns from being formed. So let me go ahead and remove those blocks now. I did put a slab on top to prevent them from spawning on top of the spawner cage so that we don't have any get stuck up there. They just automatically will spawn off on any of the sides. Alright. Oh, I missed a couple blocks right there. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Alright. And then fill that in. So what I think I'll do is I'll go down into our lower area because I need to get some gates. I forgot to get those and bring them with me, so let me go ahead and get those real quick and we'll get back together here in a second. So I've got our spruce fence gates. You can use any kind of fence gate you want, but basically what you want to do is place... Whoops, I put it in the wrong spot. Put them over the drop chute here and here and there and there, and then if you open them, any mobs that get pushed towards it will go through it and will fall down into the kill chamber. So that's all ready. I'm going to go back down and we'll build our trident killer. Alright, so we're now ready to put in our trident killer, and what I'm going to do is waterlog this to where our trident, which is going to have impaling 5, will work a little more quickly on our spiders and make it a more efficient killing chamber. So what I need to do is waterlog a piston in this block right here to make sure that there's water continually flowing, and then what I'm going to have it do is have it flow from that corner to here, so I can just put a regular hopper in this corner of the trident killer and not have to try and put in any sort of hopper minecart in order to suck up the drops through the floor. We're just going to put it like this to where the water will just push it to the corner and then the hopper will be able to pick it up. You'll see what I mean once we get it going. So first thing we need to do is put in our pistons. So we're going to put one here and here, place one there and there. You notice it's kind of a staggered pattern. You can either put it on the right or the left of the center, but you need to be consistent that as you churn, it stays in the same pattern as you churn. Then we need to put blocks in the corners, and I'm going to be using magma blocks because spiders tend to climb walls, and so I'm going to be using as much magma blocks around here to prevent them from climbing the walls as possible. I'm probably also going to remove the blocks right there and replace them with magma blocks as well. They do emit light level of 3, so we have to make sure that they are far enough down that they don't turn off the spawner up above. But if they're down here, they should be far enough away to where they won't affect them. So first thing, let's go ahead and remove this block here in the corner. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. Replace that, put in a magma block here, and here, and there, and you won't see that one in the corner. This one you will, so I just wanted to keep it consistent. Then we need to just come in and place, we'll just go ahead and do that. Now we need to place our observers and our droppers and some solid blocks. So the first thing you do is you put a dropper in each of the corners. Doesn't really matter which way they face, but I like to keep a pattern where they're facing to the right of where you're looking, just because I'm a little bit weird that way. Then place a solid block above each of the pistons. Whoop. The crouch place for that one. And then place an observer looking at the dropper. Crouch, place it. And since I need to be on the outside, I'll do that one last. Because now we need to waterlog one of our pistons and that step right there. Oh, but before we do that, let's go ahead and fill in the rest of this space with magma blocks. Whoop. I always find it interesting that if you stand on them, these things hurt you, but if you bump up against them on the side, they don't hurt at all. I guess it's best not to ask questions, just accept it and move on. Alright, whoop, I keep misplacing them. Let's put it right there, and right there, and yeah, I think I'll go ahead and replace that one too, just in case. So let me go ahead and knock those out real quick. There we go. Alright, so that's all done. Now I just need to waterlog that step and that piston. So just point at the middle of the piston, and there we go. Then we can place this here. And we can just place whatever block we want to in the corner. I'm going to go ahead and use the deep slate tile right there, and we already have one there. I'll probably come back and replace those as well. And then we just need to put a hopper and then something to block the way out. So I'm just going to temporarily put a block right there just to keep the water from flowing everywhere. But now I need to put in a couple chests right here and then have a hopper pointing into it. You could put something like a trapdoor or something like that just to prevent that from going. And I think I'll probably end up putting some blocks across it as well. Let me get an extra chest or two and bring it on down. Alright, we're now ready to put in our double chest and hopper. So let me go ahead and place that down first here. This is where all the drops are going to go in. You'll notice I also put in some packed ice in there as the floor. I think that'll just help make it move a little more smoothly. And now we'll put in our hoppers pointing into this chest. Now, it looks like I probably need to pull that observer out just so I can get out of this a little more easily. So let me go ahead and pull this and this. There we go. And then just put our hopper pointing into that double chest. And of course now we got water spilling everywhere, but that's okay. I have an idea for that as well. So crouch place our observer into that dropper. And then I'm going to put a temporary block right there, and then put a piece of glass right there. This will allow us to have the... whoop, I need to remove this temporary block. This will allow us to still open the chest and have the water from coming through. It'll push all the stuff into that hopper so that it collects it very easily for us. So this is all ready. All I need to do is put a switch on it and throw in our trident. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. We just need to come in here, and I'm going to throw the trident. Now you notice the durability is really low on this. The cool thing about trident killers is that they will not lose durability if they are used in a trident killer. You can throw it once and then it's good to go. Now if you're on a multiplayer server, you will need to make sure that whoever wants to get the looting effect is the one who threw the trident, because if you're holding a looting 3 sword, you get the benefit of looting 3 from the trident as well. So it's really cool. It increases your drops. So just make sure you keep that in mind, that you hold a looting 3 sword while this is running. All I need to do now is put in my switch. I'm going to use a lever. So let me go ahead and go get a lever to do that. Alright, so I have a lever, and so all we need to do is just put it on one of these droppers, because it will then cause it to update our observer. When you flick it down, you'll hear it go once. But now, since this is powered, it will stay powered and the observer won't notice it changing. So all we have to do now to make it run is flick the lever to the off position, and it is working. Very loud, but it is working. Let me turn that off, and there we go. You can see the trident is there bubbling in the water. Any mob that hits that will be damaged. If you get too close, it will pick it up. But all we have to do now is let this collect all the drops, and we can stand here in the corner and pick up any XP that it gives us as well. So the trident killer is ready. Let me go upstairs and make sure put some tinted glass around the outside so that we can have a window, and then finish off the drop chute for our spawning area. Let me make some more glass and we'll be headed right up. Alright, so the spawning chamber is done. I don't know if you can hear it, but there are some cave spiders down there in the kill chamber. When I was putting in the ceiling, I had to break the redstone line that was powering that redstone lamp right there that prevents the spawner from activating because of the light levels. And so a few immediately spawned and are down there. So let's go down, and I'm going to go ahead and activate this so we can test it out and see how it works. Wow, look at how many are in there. Let's go ahead and turn on the kill chamber. There they go. It's working pretty good. Ooh, it healed up my tool pretty quickly. Let's check out the chest and see what's coming in. Oh, we got some string and some spider eyes. There we go. Every once in a while, I guess I need to turn it off so that it can funnel the drops into the hopper. It's not the perfect design. I probably should put a minecart with hopper underneath that corner block of ice, just to make sure it would pick them all up. I probably will change that in between episodes, but I think that might. But for now, it should be good enough. I just have to go like that every so often. That's not doing too bad. I don't really need a lot of spider eyes and string. It's more of just doing this for fun. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. I'm going to go turn it off, though, so we can finish the decoration in peace. Alright, I just ran that for a couple minutes, and I already have half a stack of spider eyes and nearly a stack of string. So this is going to work just fine whenever I need those. Whether I'm going to be making candles or doing potions, it's going to be great. But right now, I want to make it look great as well. And I have this kind of a neat idea, I think, for how I'm going to make this room look. Kind of make it look kind of dungeony, but also kind of cool. I'm going to be using a combination of shroom lights and deep slate walls. I think that just makes a really good combination of colors. And you'll see what I mean as we put it in here. So I think I'll start in the corner and just put in some shroom lights. I don't need that anymore. And then if you put the walls like that, you see how it kind of peeks through? I just think that really looks cool. I'm going to go ahead and put in the floor first, and then I'm going to go ahead and make this pattern all the way across, and I think you'll see how cool it is when it comes together. Let me do that real quick, and I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, I really like the way this turned out. It took a lot longer to decorate than it did to build, that's for sure. I really think that this gives it a really cool, kind of dungeony and dark, but all at the same time gives it just enough light with that shroom light behind the dark oak gates to just kind of make it look really stand out. And then here in the corner is the same thing. I also wanted to make sure that it was easier to get in and out instead of having to run it up and down through the mines. So I put in a bubble elevator right there and a simple water drop chute. So let me demonstrate that real quick. And you'll see where it comes out as well in our city. You can see it comes out right here on this side of the library. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is I was thinking of putting a storage building here for all our mass storage. You can see over there in the distance I kind of have a manual system sitting up over there, but I was going to put an auto sorting version of it in this area here. And so what I might do is just have a back room for like an employee's entrance or something like that, to where I can come in and then either just go in the drop chute and go straight down and come in for our spider spawner and get what we need. And then when we're done, come into the bubble elevator, swim up to the top really fast, and then have an easy access to our city. So I think that we'll probably end up doing. I really liked how it turned out, and I really had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. If you did, make sure you do all those things that you're supposed to do. But I think that's going to be the end of this episode. So I hope to see you again in the next one. But until then, be good to each other. Bye!